Okay, I just thought I would do a quick, I don't want to call it tease, but at some point when I'm cutting roof, I'm going to be testing those two new looking aluminum angled inventions in the middle. But this is pretty much the equipment I would use to figure out how to cut a rafter, jacks, hips, valleys, all that stuff in a hand framed, or as we used to call it, stick framed roof. I'm going to start up here at the top right. That's what we would call a tail pattern. And you would pull along the top of the rafter to make a mark on the top edge. And then that little notch you see, we would line that up and trace out the tail. So you didn't have to have a full length rafter pattern. And when I first started, the guys that I learned from, they all use framing squares. Here's a steel one. As you can tell, it's starting to rust with all those weird little squigglies. This one was red, and it was calling me when I saw it hanging there, so I just had to have it. And the framing square guys, they do what's called stepping off. So if you're on an 8 and 12, you would set 8 on the edge over there and 12 on the edge over here. And let's say you needed a rafter that had a run of 12 feet. You would step off 12 of those, and then you would draw that angle over there. The 8 angle would be the plumb, and this 12 angle would be the seat. And then if you had like part of a inch, you would just figure that out on the square. And then good squares have a whole bunch of chart information. Whoops. So the guys that are older than me, they like to get all cocky and go, yeah, all you need is a framing square. Rah, rah, rah. Just those are the same guys that said, you don't need a chop saw on the job site. If you got a skill saw, hell, if you got a chainsaw, you can get her done. But normally those were those California production framers that they went really fast. It's because they weren't getting paid enough. But yep, framing squares are still used. They're super valuable. I only use them mostly now for stairs, pretty much. Rafters, if I'm using 2x8s, I like to use a big speed square or an adjustable large speed square. There's my first and most famous and favorite speed square, the Swanson. And then here's a little one that I don't know why I got it. I don't know what its function is. It's real small. It's bigger Red Brothers in my nail bags right now. But this video is actually to talk about, this is the UK version that came with 0 through 60 degrees. And Dan, the inventor, also sends along a spreadsheet with ratios, so that if you're doing a roof that's a 30-degree roof, he'll tell you what to set it on for the hips, stuff like that. It's already calculated out, so you just go with that. And I bought it because I thought it was kind of cool. And then I scraped in my own Imperial numbers, because we don't do anything by straight, even numbered degrees in North America. Maybe Canada does, I don't know, but not in the United States. And so I told him, I said, hey, it's great. I made a quick video. Told him some of the things I thought he'd like to, if he would modify them, would make it more appealing to the American market. And boom, look what he did. So he's got them all the way up to 20 and 12 on the common, and then on the hips. And talk about awesome. I mean, it's just really cool. Got to do some advertising here. There you go. British Engineering. So here's your disclosure statement. I bought this one, and it was a decent price. It wasn't so bad. I mean, there's more expensive tools out there, like Martinez. But I was so impressed with the workmanship that went into this. I mean, it is thick, solid, heavy-duty aluminum. And the first thing I built with it was stairs. I had to do outside timber, like 4x12 pressure-treated stairs. This worked amazing. Once I got the angle dialed in, it was just so awesome. So, but I haven't used this one yet. he's got it all ready to go. It's I can dial it in for an 8 and 12, which is that tail pattern. I had mentioned earlier that, and he actually said he's working on it. He's going to make an optional arm that's longer. I don't know if it's going to come standard long or if it's an extra thing you can buy when you order it. But I thought it would be awesome because when I was making stairs across a almost 12-inch wide board, this didn't come all the way to the end. And if it did, it would have been helpful. And if it would have been laser etched, because I think this is all laser, right? So if you just did this, this was my suggestion. I know your machinist is probably like, what? But there you go. Calibrate it both ways. Well, make your metric start at 0 also, but 0 right inside there. And while you're at it, why not have a reference line so that if this is all the way here, you understand from, I don't know, some reference point. Like if this is the reference line, then where it planes over to this end, start at 0, coming this way. I mean, if it's just a laser burning on there and it only takes an extra 30 seconds to burn all that on there, then that way this becomes a very highly calibrated tool. But if you don't, it'll still work great. I just don't have anything to cut yet, so this is my almost 7-minute teaser on when I get a chance. I'll even have to buy some lumber, I guess, and just build a temporary thing and try it out. But it really looks cool. See, I used to do it this way. I'd build one of these, and then that was my pattern. But there's so much more flexibility here because I don't have a hip pattern. I have a rafter pattern. And then for the hips, I'd have to use something like that on the hip angle. Excuse me. Too much of that Sonic Coke Zero. When you do roofs, you're gonna need a 35-foot tape if you're hand cutting them. If you're just setting trusses, yeah, this video is not for you because this is a whole different level of framing. And there are some really awesome guys out there. Take a look at Awesome Framers from Port Orchard. And there's just a lot. Sim Aris, he's out of California. He's really good. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, but he's got a website. And they go back to like the Timber Framing Guild. So it's pretty awesome carpentry. But there you go. You know the deal. You go into Tool World and you go, hey, I don't have one of those. I wonder if I could find a use for one of those. That's how I got that guy. Still haven't used him. I don't know what. He rides in my truck. It's like a little friend. All right. I'll talk to y'all later.